Fran, you're
what does 20 wins mean to you, and the direction that the program has gone in these 3 years?
Well, I think it's a step. You know, and I think the important thing is that we realize it's just a step. It's you know, I'm happy for Eric to be the captain of a 20-win team, and I'm happy for our team to have accomplished this, but we're not done. And you know, you never want to be satisfied.
Coach, you take all your frontline players. I think there were 20 of 25 from the field today. That's a pretty remarkable statistic if you look at this game.
You know, and the other thing is, I mean, you look at that and the fact that we assisted on 21 of 28 field goals, and they were right in the middle of that as well, you know, our front line. So it's not only were they making baskets, and they were feeding each other. And I think that's an example of how far we've come.
And then you went on that big run, 17 or 19, whatever it was, but the first 13 were scored with Marvel and White on the bench, kind of a testimony to your depth maybe this year.
Yeah, you know, and that's kind of happened all year long with this team. And we had a lineup on the floor that was clicking at both ends. I thought Clemens was great tonight.
Olashany really affected the game. He had a couple of nice inside passes during that run, and had 3
blocks. I mean, his energy level, and you know what he's doing now is he's figuring out exactly where he has to be. You know, he used to work hard and move his feet, but he would be a little late. He wouldn't read situations. He's reading situations now, and he's just playing. He's playing relaxed, playing with confidence. And you know, you have a guy that big, that athletic, who can pass and catch, and dunk and block shots and run, and guard the post and play with energy. You know, the impact it has on our team, because Woodbury and Sabi were spectacular today, but they were getting tired. They were working. So then we come in with Zach and Gabe, and we don't lose anything. It's a great situation to be in.
Your 2 freshmen had their Big Ten highs in the last game of the year. How do you account for that?
Well, I think it's nothing more, Mike, than they've continued to improve. They've continued to work. You know, they both have had great moments. They both have had some days where they struggled a little bit, but they persevered and they stayed positive. We stayed positive with them, and they were outstanding today.
Does this mean anything personally for you? 300 wins? I mean,
No. Not at all. You know, I will say this. I've been fortunate. I've been at some great places, and I've you know, been fortunate enough to work for really good people, and most importantly, have really terrific players. You know, that played for me. Had a lot of different stops. You know, and you know, I think that's what you think about.
Realistically, what are you capable of in Chicago?
Winning the Big Ten tournament.
What will that take?
Well, it's going to take a lot of what you saw today in terms of our depth producing at the level that they did, because we'd have to win 4 games consecutively, and that's going to take a lot of energy. We hope to get Mike back. That would help, and I think that will happen. So that'll give us another handler, another shooter, another playmaker. But anytime, you know, you win a tournament championship, and I've been fortunate enough to have some teams that have done that. You know, it never seems to go exactly as everybody thinks it's going to go. You gotta have some guys step up. There might be one guy who has one great game, and you know, 6 other people are really consistent, and you know, we don't turn it over. We rebound the ball. We make some threes. All of those things together, and we have a team that's capable of doing that.
Coach, 9-9 in the Big Ten. Where do you think you are as far as your NCAA tournament resume entering Chicago?
I think we deserve tremendous consideration. Definitely feel like we're one of the best 68 teams. I think to have gone through this league, clearly the best league in the country, and finished 9-9, I think you look at, you know, how we played in our losses. You know, you get double overtime loss and overtime loss. You know, we played Michigan State without our leading scorer. We won 3 out of 4 without our 3rd leading scorer and our starting point guard. So we've accomplished a great deal.
Well,
When you guys lost at Nebraska a couple weeks ago, a lot of people had you dead and buried, yet you're not. What happened? What is it about this group that's allowed them to persevere?
Well, I think it starts with, we have great leadership with Eric May. We have tremendous character on our team. I've said that from the beginning with Marvel in particular. Because, I mean, how many people could go through the kind of slump he did for that period of time and just come out and play the way he's playing? But it's a team that they truly like each other. They work hard together. I can tell you, in July, I'm on the road recruiting, and they're in the gym all the time. We can't require them to be there. I didn't ask them to go. They were just in there. So it's that kind of mentality that I think sort of permeates this program, and they kind of push one another, they support one another, and there's really legitimately no selfishness. So, if a guy starts, it's great. If he doesn't, I'll do what I can off the bench. There has been no bickering, no dissension in any way, shape, or form. Guys just play the role I ask them to play. I think a great example of that is, Mel Salvasabi.
Thursday night, you're going to be playing Northwestern a third time. Just what are your initial thoughts on that particular matchup going up against them?
Anytime you play Northwestern, I mean, I've known Bill Carmody for a long time. He's a tremendous coach, difficult style. He needs some time to get ready. We have some time, fortunately. And we've guarded it this year better than we ever have offensively. We attacked the 1-3-1 better than we ever have. Last year, not so good.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to be ready for those two things.
What's it say about Clemens that he, has had a quiet few weeks, and today he kind of spikes?
I think Clemens is a very confident person, just his nature. He doesn't seem to rattle much, as you've noticed throughout the course of the season. He's not afraid to shoot the ball at crunch time. He's not afraid to shoot it late. He made really big and one in the game when they made the run back at us. But his point guard ability, his playmaking was really critical in this stretch, especially without Mike.
You were able to get Rickard in there at the end. How nice was having the game in hand so you could do that for him?
Yeah, we'll always wish you could get him in for a little bit more. He's such a tremendous person. He's exactly what you want in a walk-on. He's a great student, phenomenal worker, really bright. He knows everybody's offense in this league, runs it. And just happy he was able to at least get him in.
From start to finish, how much has Woodbury improved?
Well, the thing about Adam is he just keeps working. He's improved a lot. I think you've seen him. He's not turning it over. He's not taking bad shots. He's going to rebound and defend. He's going to run. He's going to play with great energy. And then he gets a couple shots to go in, and he's just that much more comfortable out there.
Coach, Eric May's final game here at Carver. Can you talk about the mark he's left on this program?
With Eric, needless to say, he's had an interesting career. And from the minute that I got here, he was all in. And as everyone knows that follows his program, that wasn't the case for everybody. And you need to be able to know as you prepare your team to move forward, who's with you and who can you count on. And from the beginning, I could count on him. I found it interesting that I was happy that our recruiting class got a lot of attention. But I thought what ended up happening was, we focused on our junior class, which is really good, our sophomore class, which is good, and then our freshman class, which is also good. And it's like, well, those guys are going to do it. And Eric's kind of on his way out. He was hurt last year. What can you really expect from him? Well, I mean, he's averaged good numbers and produced at a high level in this league his freshman and sophomore year. His junior year, he did at times. He was just hurt. So, I essentially put the team in his hands as our captain, as our leader. And, our players respond to him. He's not a guy who talks a lot, but when he talks, everybody listens to him. They follow his lead. They follow his example. And, to see, the crowd respond to him the way they did is a tremendous feeling for me.
Mike,
Last question.
Mike worked out before the game. Any update right now on his?
No update. How'd he look? Did you clear him, Scott?
I'm a doctor, sure.
Yeah, okay, Scott cleared him. He's fine.